Alright, check it out, guys. Brother Maynard here with another game for you. This is 2,500 point game. I built a list using the ETC comp, and I'm testing it out against some ogres. Now I'm just going to go ahead and warn you that this I didn't take very many good pictures for this game. So actually, in my opinion, I think it's pretty poor battle report. But I figured I had the photos, so I might as well just do it anyway. So just be warned. So here's the overview of the table, and I started on the right this time, so that's probably why it sucks. But anyway, so going from the right, I have a single Blood Crusher, a unit of Demonettes with the Banner of Ecstasy, and they have a Siren Song Herald in there. Another single Blood Crusher, some Flesh Hounds in the forest. Over here I have another unit of Demonettes, and the character on the steed is she's a Herald with the Ether Blade. And that unit of Demonettes, I haven't built their standard bearer yet, but they have full command. Then I have 6 Seekers who vanguard pretty much straightforward. And then I have a big unit of 6 Fiends. Behind that is Keeper of Secrets with the Spirit Swallower, who is my general. And she rolled up, for her spell, she rolled up Stupidity or whatever. And then my Flying Tzeentch Herald is using Shadow Magic. So the Ogres, they have Iron Blaster on the right, a gigantic unit of Bulls, and in there he's got a Butcher and a Bruiser Battle Standard Bearer. I think the Butcher has a Power Stone or something like that, and his Battle Standard is kitted out fairly defensively. I think I didn't attack him all game, so I don't really know. He's got another huge unit of Iron Guts, and in there he's got his Slaughtermaster General, who's using the Lore of the Great Maw. He's got the Greedy Fist and the Fencer's Blades and the Glittering Scales, and then he's got a Fire Belly in there, I think with a scroll. Oh no, the Fire Belly's got the Hell Heart. Then he's got 4 Mournfangs with the Dragonhide Banner full command. So you can see he's got a tiny army, which is nice because he doesn't have Saber Tusks, just to be a general nuisance, but he's got these huge blocks, and they're going to be really difficult for me to get points off of, so it's an interesting challenge for my list. So I get the first turn, I just move up like so. I just put the Seekers behind him. I actually don't know, why did I put this? Oh, I put the Seekers over on the left because just as kind of a dummy drop for deployment, and then I had the intention of vanguarding them and moving them all the way over to the right side of the table. So, but I forgot. I need like post-it notes for my battle plan to put on my units or something like that. But anyway, I forgot. So here we go, moving around the flank here. This unit of Demoness just kind of moves up. And then all 3 of these units are going to pick on the Iron Blaster. I got to get that thing off the table because it's really the only thing he's got that can hurt my Greater Demon. So that's got to go. You can see my Hounds. I just moved up a little bit. Now the Hounds and the Demonettes in the center, they're just kind of they're just moving up to keep his attention. And I don't take a lot of good pictures of that Bull unit. I kind of lose it later on during the game, and so I'll just explain what they end up doing. Okay, so in my magic phase, my Wizard, he ends up dropping a Pit of Shades right on the Mournfangs, which gets dispelled, and that's actually the only spell he casts all game, because in my opponent's turn he zaps my Wizard with a magic missile, and since he's got the Greedy Fist, I end up losing all my magic levels. And I've read about that trick, but I mean I just didn't expect it, and then it just happened to me, so now now I'm not going to forget it. But anyway, so yeah, my opponent's first turn, my Wizard loses all of his magic levels, so I don't cast a single spell the whole game except for that Pit of Shades. And then in my opponent's turn, he just kind of moves the Mournfangs and the Iron Guts to face slightly to the left. In his magic phase, I have a level 1, so his Slaughtermaster can do whatever the hell he wants, pretty much. So he gets the +1 strength, +1 toughness, and stubborn off on the Mournfangs, and then he's got Flaming Sword on the Iron Guts, and yeah, that sucks. And then here's how the board looks. Yeah, so that bull unit, like I said, I kind of lose track of it later on in the game with my pictures. Like I said, I didn't do a good job taking photos. So that bull unit ends up chasing the demonette unit on the left there. He keeps trying to charge him, and they keep failing the charge, and I'm just dancing the demonette unit on the edge of his charge range. So, um, yeah, and then my wizard, I end up later on in the game moving him behind that house on the left, just getting him out of the game. So in my next turn, I charge all three of these guys at the Iron Blaster, who the Demonettes fail, so just both the Blood Crushers get in. So I don't have a lot of experience playing against the new Ogre book, so I'm just hoping the Blood Crushers can take down an Iron Blaster, so we'll see. The Hounds, I just move them back a little bit. I'm doing the same thing with this unit of Hounds and the other unit of Demonettes. I'm just kind of dancing on the end of his charge range and just you know, being close enough to be threatening, but not close enough to he's got a good chance of getting a charge off. You can see I'm missing a couple Hounds too. That's because that's where the Iron Blaster's first shot went. Yeah, here I am just being menacing with the Demonette unit. Magic. This is when he actually zapped my wizard with the Greedy Fist. So in my next turn, there's no way in hell I'm going to fight a buffed up unit of Mournfangs that is, +1 strength and toughness and stubborn, so I just go around them and take care to get my general out of their charge arc. And the Seeker unit, I don't really know what to do with them, so they're just kind of back here. Yeah, so combat definitely didn't go my way over here. The Iron Blaster ends up off in one of the Blood Crushers. Okay, so in my next turn I charge the Fiends and my general into his unit of Iron Guts, and he's got the Flaming Sword on them. I really didn't want to, but since he keeps buffing up the Mournfangs, it was either the Iron Guts or the Mournfangs, and I'm not going to go near the Mournfangs when they have all that stuff on them. And then my Seekers end up eating his breath weapon. I actually ended up forgetting to move them because I was gonna march them and drop them right in front of the Mournfangs, but I totally forgot they were up here. So that sucks. So in combat, the Fiends and the Fiends end up killing a bunch of the Iron Guts, and then his Slaughtermaster challenges my general. And he's got the Fencer's Blades and the Glittering Scales. So he's tanking her pretty well, but she's picking wounds off of him. He can't do anything to her. I think he's got weapon skill 10, but I mean at the end of the day he just can't hurt her. Anyway, so he takes his Mournfangs into the flank here, and since he challenged my general with his level 4, all they're bringing is a charge and a flank into the fight. They can't do any attacking. And yeah, here's just some pictures just showing how successful his magic phase is. He's getting a Flaming Sword, and I think that's Toothcracker. I don't know what that is, but I think it's +1 toughness, whatever. So it's a real difficult fight. You can see we're just kind of grinding each other off, and with the lore attribute of the Ogre magic, I guess he's getting wounds back as she's putting wounds on him. Not quite as fast, but it's making killing him real difficult. And since he challenged my general and took her out of the fight, his Iron Guts are doing a number on the Fiend unit, so that kind of sucks. Okay, so in a little bit of desperation, I take my, you can see, I forget what turn this is, turn 3 or so. You see I'm down to 1 Fiend, and I take the Hounds into the rear of the Iron Guts, just for some extra combat res to keep my general from popping, because I'm continually losing combat, but not by very much, and I'm starting to get nervous. And then his other bull unit that I told you I lose track of, it's just chasing my Demonette unit on the left this whole time, and by now I think my other Demonette unit has handled the Iron Blaster, but I didn't take any pictures of that for some weird reason. It's just off my game or whatever. Yeah, so I mean, just this combat's not going anywhere. Okay, so you can see he ends up killing my dogs. My general finally kills his general, and and it's just a grind fest now. And he still can't hurt her. He needs 5s to hit, and then either 5s. Well, the Iron Guts need 4s to wound her, but the Mournfangs just can't do anything to her, even though I have a ton of attacks. So. Okay, so yeah, like I said, this unit of Demonettes ends up finishing off the Iron Blaster, and they pursued it off the table, and here they are coming back. I moved them into the building this turn. Okay, so you see he's given up chasing my other Demonette unit with the bulls, and he's bringing them back to kind of help out in this fight, which I think was kind of a mistake. And my opponent decides that too, I guess, because here you can see he turns the unit, and he asked me which one of the Demonette units was worth more points, and I told him one in the house was. So he sends this unit, he sends the bulls to go collect the points up for him, which I think was kind of a mistake, as you'll see a little bit later. Okay, so here's a picture of me trying to cheat. Apparently, man, what was I thinking? You can see I combat reformed my general at some point, even though she's fighting on 2 fronts, and man, that's kind of a cheating fail, because I can't combat reform her, and she's not gaining anything from it. It has no bearing on who she can attack, and he's still getting +1 for fighting in the flank. So I don't know what I was thinking there. That's weird. My opponent's usually pretty rules savvy kind of guy, so it's weird he didn't catch that too. So I don't know. But yeah, you can see that so far he's down to he's got 1 Iron Gut left, his Fire Belly, and then I'm down to the Fiend in my general. So yeah, just a long grinding fight. My general's basically, he was nicking wounds off her here and there, but she was just topping him off when she got to attack. So okay, so over here he's bringing the other bull unit to tangle with my Demonette, so I go ahead and pull them out of the building, and I was kind of debating whether or not to stay in the, because if I stay in the building, he'll lose his impact hits, but then he'll also not be in combat. He'll charge, fight the combat, and then move back away from the building. So when I charge my other unit into his rear, he'll possibly be able to beat them and then reform, and then I'll have to, it was just a mess. So I decided to pull him out of the building and to maximize the frontage so I can get as many attacks on him as possible. And then over here, same deal, just grinding away. Okay, so as soon as he turned his bull unit down, the unit of Demonettes on the left, like I said, they were just dancing on the edge of his charge range. But as soon as he turned him around, I just ran up full speed to get behind him. So now I'm going to make an ogre sandwich. So that'll be fun. Okay, so over here, this was played a little bit wrong. My Keeper's Secrets, well, he ends up dropping the Fiend, but I end up finishing off the Iron Guts, and so all he's got here is his Fire Belly and the Mournfangs. And, in the rules when it says, if you finish off a unit, it pulls you out of combat, or something to that effect, I insisted that, once I took the Iron Gut off, it would leave the Fire Belly out of combat, which is not the case at all. I don't know why that occurred to me. I think it's alright though, because it plays out to his advantage, because now I can't kill the Fire Belly. So, who's sitting on, he's either sitting on 1 wound or he's had 1 done, but he's hurting, so. Anyway, so yeah, like I said, we're playing it as the Fire Belly's not in combat anymore, but he should be. And then of course he charges his bulls into the Demonettes. And in my next turn I just charge him in the rear, and you can see that I've killed four ogres or so in the previous round of combat, and he just took off my back rank. I just killed a ton of Demonettes. But the bigger unit had the Banner of Ecstasy, so yeah, so they were stubborn for their first break test. So, and then over here, my general's got her full attention focused on the Mournfangs now, so now she's just slowly eating them. And then over here, in his turn, the Demonettes just shred that unit. That's just so many rerollable attacks, and the two heralds in there, and I was completely ignoring his characters because they're really durable. But anyway, so just end up shredding a bunch of ogres and breaking them and running them down. And then over here, same thing. I think he ends up charging his fire belly into my generals, into the rear of this combat here, to get some extra combat resolution and try to break my general, which I really don't think was a good decision at all. And actually, I think I ended up, when he did that, I kind of just pulled a really dick move and challenged the fire belly, which pulled the Mournfangs couldn't attack, and then she just, she killed the fire belly, she won the combat by like 4. Yeah, and then ended up breaking the Mournfangs. So at the end of the game, I have both units of Demonettes chilling over here. Here's my wizard. He's over by the table edge behind the building that was on the left there. I just moved him over there and just left him there after he lost all his magic levels. And yeah, like I said, she offs the fire belly, and then all he's got left is his standard bearer over here, who ends up breaking and dying to the last stand rule or whatever. So at the end of the game, this is how the table looks. The ogre is completely done, and I still got my my wizard, my general, and my 2 demonette units. So anyway, I really apologize for just not taking very many good pictures at all. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the report nonetheless, and I'll catch you guys later.